This is day 38 of the Arukh HaShulchan OC, and today is Siman Orachayim, Siman Chafei Si Beis through Chafei Tes. So, we did yesterday the first halacha of Hilchos Tefillin, and now we're going on to the second halacha of Hilchos Tefillin. Beis. Nevertheless, the Beis Yosef writes in Beis, the Mishu Zoy B'Talas Kotan Yivashenu B'Yich Tefillin Beis. So somebody who's careful with Talas Kotan, he should not wait. Obviously, he gets to do the shul to do it, which would be a pretty neat trick, but rather he should put it on at home. And B'Yich Tefillin Beis, so and in his house, B'Yich Beis HaKnesses V'Vush B'Tzitzis and Muchta B'Tefillin Beis HaKnesses, and he should put on his Talas Kotan and his tefillin at home. Wear them in shul. Show me stay Talas Kotan, put his Talas Kotan in shul. Meaning, the Zohar says you should come to the Beis HaKnesses. It's already wearing tzitzis. It's not the derech. So with the Talas Kotan outside in your publicly in. One second, my battery is low. Make sure I plugged in before I go on here. Okay, and it's not the derech to it's recharging. It's not the derech to go nor in your Talas Kotan from your house to your shul. So what are you going to do? You have to put on tzitzis before tefillin. Moshe Kasam, like he wrote. He says the kem sheyesh lo Talas Kotan. Since you're wearing already your Talas Kotan, you can put on the tefillin without the Talas Kotan. Beis HaKnesses and go to shul. Put on the Talas Kotan there. And everything is hunky dory. You did everything properly. The countries of Ashkenaz, they put on the Talas Kotan also and walked in public to shul. He's not arguing. In the lands of Ashkenaz, they weren't proud, courageous Kahanis walking blatantly in the middle of the street in a aggressive way. Rather, they lived in the ghetto by themselves, and therefore they had no problem wearing Talas Shul because there were no non-Jews around them to observe it. They could walk in the Talas Kotan to shul. I did Talas Kotan. They didn't have to fulfill the words of the Zohar based on Talas Kotan, which is not the primary of doing it. They put in Talas Kotan and it will go to shul. Says the Arukh HaShulchan in our day and age, in our great sins. Interesting. I guess because Jews have now lived among non-Jews. I'm not sure exactly why, but it happened. Perhaps it's more persecution. We can put on both the talis and the tefillin in shul specifically. Which writes, in fact, if they're nachrim in the street, then you can it's still an idiot to put on the talis in the chutz of the Beis HaKnesses if possible. Gimel, the camera is by Steve Hall, Sheish Lav Dimat Tzitzis Tefillin, since possible and since for Tefillin, L'chein Yishi Yisrael, therefore you have to be careful. Osam Masim Kiss Tefillin Im HaTal, so Toch Isachad, those who put the kiss of the Tefillin, the sack of the Tefillin, Im HaTal, with together with the Talis, the Toch Isachas to the big sack of the Tzitzis, Visham Menag Shalor, as is our custom, Shanichu. Kiss that tefillin lamala shouldn't be the kiss of the tefillin on top. Some of the Pesach near the opening. Hakis of the bigger sack. Yosemite atal is than the talis itself. They should even go back to the tefillin. You shouldn't come to the tefillin first. But you come to the talis, and then you have to put it on before a talis. They mavir on mitzvahs. You don't fast over a mitzvahs. Father God that tefillin I died took kisam, even though the tefillin are still inside their own independent sack. V'loshach b'zeh tam they mavir. It's not so relevant here. The reason they mavirin. Nevertheless came to Tam HaKdamas Talis Yisrael. Can't move for a kokach, but since the reason for Talis Yisrael is also not so clear. Vakoshkin v'Masha B'Yarnu, especially according to that which you explained. Shavin Hain, B'Mayla Meikatin, that they're both equivalent according to the main baseline halacha. Vatal is who Tadir Batil Mekudesh because Talis has the advantage of Tadir, and Phil has the advantage of Mekudesh. Therefore, if you just happen to touch the tefillin first, they should go first. Ba'avgat the tefillin shepogeh b'rishon rosh tchila. Lo chayshin l'tante avir k'moshes bar. Even by tefillin by mistake you take out the shel rosh first. We don't go by mavir hamitzvos and you put on the shel yad first. Nevertheless, as I'm showing, there's different exeris hakosu lakdim hashel yad k'moshes bar. We will see that there it's exeris hakosu to put on the shel yad first. Mashayim talis tefillin as opposed to talis versus tefillin. Mishabur writes that in the Bir Halacha, the main people argument of Avram hold that Ein Mavir Mitzvahs also applies when tefillin are still inside their kiss, and which is similar to what the Arukh HaShulchan says. Okay, doubt. Ava b'zeh she's Bible base. The tefillin b'beis of Matalas b'beis of Knesses, that which we brought down is that b'beis Yosef. You put in the tefillin in your house, and the house go to the shul. B'seh ba'arei leiko chashosha. In this case, there's no problem. I'm sure go by Talis Kodim, even though he comes to the house first. Become nevertheless answers the tape over base, so that doesn't require you to put it on at home. Came and trained Dr. Love Shakan since your das was never to put it on here. Came in Dr. Love show, sorry. Kan lo shaykh about din klima. Therefore, there's no din klima in this case. When we see him come samches, should tzarich lakim la motzi paschitim sorry. Where in Tzim Chuvchan says we're going to learn that. If you have a choice, meyamotzi on wheat or barley, that should make the bracha on wheat. That's you want to eat the wheat. If you want to specifically eat barley, you don't have to make a go out and eat the wheat first. Hachinami still to here, it's resting tushta, I must say. Kain that's the same halacha. But that kol zehu ksheyesh tefillin muchan talasatun. It's always when talasatun are prepared before. In that case, we have a clear. We have a question. Which comes first? In front of our talis, and the tefillin are firm, and the talis is not ready yet. Don't wait till you make talis. I mean, you have tefillin. Put on tefillin rags. You have talis. When they bring the talis, then you put it on the talis. Hey, Kvanis Bayer, it's already been explained. Shapi Azori and God Lech basic classes. Muta Batalis and Mukhta B'Tfilin. It's great Indian to go to the basic classes, wrapped in the towels and crowned them with tefillin. I feel tzarich leilech derech mevosam u'tunofos, and even if you have to go through dirty alleyways, yachol leilech and go that way. As long as you cover the tefillin shel rosh. Mr. Bura is not happy with that. Says prefer in that case to put on the tefillin in the chatzar beis haknesses, and if it's not possible, you should only then you should put them on your house and cover them with your hat or with your hand when you go through the dirty alleyways. It's so great a matter this thing. It's one go passing somebody who made upon himself a fine that he must go to shul before dawn. To save him in a group. Because he can't put on towels to him before dawn. He's allowed to put them in knas. He doesn't have to pay the knas. The letter didn't even take effect. It's similar to a letter taken under mistaken premises. Times the lawyer is on Master showing basic knesses. There's reason that was not more than the 10 first people come to shuls. They share a bebo, because many people came before light. He wanted to go when he was still not wrapped in crown. Nevertheless, argue this. That's it's before daytime, and it's not it's not a problem. In that case, is the Zohar to go in the house and for this base Knesset did not apply because it's too early for that to apply. Mishnah Berurah says, nevertheless, in such a case, when you go to shul before it's daybreak, you can't bring the towels until before daybreak. When daybreak comes, you should go out to the Chatzar Beis HaKnesses. Obviously, Chatzar Beis HaKnesses was a big thing by the Mishnah Berurah. Maybe in Radin there, a nice Chatzar Beis HaKnesses. In the Vayrik, there was no Chatzar Beis HaKnesses. But the Mishnah Berurah has it says you should go out to Chatzar Beis HaKnesses, put your towels and fill it on there. I'll call upon him in any event. Torah Nedavar, the Tzorech, the Arukh HaShulchan says, regardless, you have Torah Nedarim, not like that Gadol who passed that you do not. The reason Arizah was not just because of this, he wasn't able to go to shul early, but because he had stomach problems. He had to go to attend to his needs. And he couldn't go earlier to shul. That's Machzis HaShekel and Mogen Avram Simon Tzadik. He would say to put on a talus and do all the brachas of Oter B'Yisrael B'Sifara. V'niach tefillin, they would put tefillin b'Amar brachas and say Oter Yisrael B'Sifara. They should tefillin nikru pe'er because tefillin are called a pe'er, an adornment. And the bracha it's mapped to make that bracha of Oter Yisrael B'Sifara when you after wearing tefillin. V'lavdinu. This is not strict law. And the Gemara attributes the Birchas HaShachar to other matters. Bracha in this specific bracha it has to do with putting on your hat. But since we don't make the brachas on each activity as we do it in any event, we put them together either at shul or at home, like it's going to be explained there. But rather, it's telling us here, came the Adam Gadol Karosh also came. Since somebody, a great man at Karosh, this Vade Mish Bicholto Lefi Gufa V'Darkala. So somebody who has capacity based on his body and his capacity. Do that, Yasa Kane. With Lavdino, it's not halacha. Mishabur says that he has the people do that. Only they put in tefillin before because of shachar. Afterwards, each person could the minhag. Only I saw the medaktikim. He says they feel the tefillin shiad and shorosh at the time they make this bracha. I saw this when I was very young. I think I was when I was bar mitzvah. This thing from the rosh, and that's what I do. At that time, I was not wearing a talis gadol, or maybe I was. Since I'm a yeka, I sometimes started and stopped. But in any event, my custom nowadays is to do both the talis gadol and the tefillin between Ozer Yisrael B'Gvura and Oter Yisrael B'Sifara. Zayin, Kol Isi Soeli Mechuyev Lishmor Shiur Love Tefillin B'Shas Kriya Shema Tefillah. Of course, you have to try and have your tefillin on you when you're saying Shema and davening. Kol Kriya Shema below tefillin. If you say Kriya Shema without tefillin, can you make a sheker about tomorrow? If you testify falsely yourself, as if you're bringing a carbon without the proper libations. Mishnah Berurah says, name of the vush, that's only if you do this deliberately. You're too lazy to put in a film before Shema, but somebody doesn't have film, or he's on the road, or because of cold or heat, you can't put in film right now, etc. So miss Zman Kriya Shema because you're not wearing film, which certainly seems logical. Anyway, back to Arukh HaShulchan. He's saying that there's such a mitzvah of kshartam los v'lo yakoshom. He just didn't put them on. But Kriya Shema shekol losa rak chatzi mitzvah. I'm sorry, Gama Kriya Shema shekol losa rak chatzi mitzvah. In the Shema, he did therefore something like I have a mitzvah. Mishma Kriya Zebulon and so we're going to come without libations. But Mosai, you have to know love. How long you have to wear the tefillin to what point? Davening of the day. Use bar b'sof siman. It's going to be explained later on. Shiur love arach oleinu that you should have on until after oleinu. Ches v'day you should know shafilu la poskim display the mitzvahs ain't circles kavana. It's in kavana. The even going to post the mitzvah is not required. Kavana comes out vaday sheishul da ikar mitzvah mausa. It's proper to know what the mitzvah is about and its concept. With feeling lo yasim alibo klal, and by tefillin we don't pay attention to their concept. Lo ki yem hamitzvah v'kamaisako ba'alma. You're not fulfilling the mitzvah. It's just like the activity of a monkey. That's a bit chiddush of the Arukh HaShulchan, and the Pri Megadim writes that nevertheless, but the Yevet, Mishnah Berurah down from the Pri Megadim, that nevertheless, but the Yevet, if you were only mecham l'shem mitzvah, that's enough. But the Arukh HaShulchan holds that the purpose of tefillin is part and parcel of the mitzvah of tefillin, and one requires some lumness to understand why that should be here the case. And I don't think he explains it here, but he does say, this is why everybody should say, etc., as I have done almost every day. I can't say every day, but almost every day since my bar mitzvah. And I'm shocked when I hear that people do not say it and that they're not even taught in school to say it. And according to Arukh HaShulchan, that seems to be a very grave omission. So anyway, so therefore he brings down this kavanah, which is printed in parallel in the Siddur. Hashem commands put on these 4 parashas, which have the unity of God and the exodus from Egypt. On the arm opposite the heart, on the head opposite the brain. One of the miracles and wonders Hashem did with us, which indicate his unity. That he has the power and the governance, high and below. And with this you will fortify your belief in God, to trust him all your matters, and he will submit to Kodesh Baruch Hu his soul, which is in the mind, and also the heart. Represents the primary seat of the desires and the thoughts. I guess the machshavas, not the intellectual thoughts, the machshavas of hirurim, of emotional thoughts. With this you remember your Creator. You'll diminish your own pleasures. You'll understand. His care for this purpose to do the will of God only. You'll throw his burdens on Hashem. And all his needs. We only have to read 2 of the 4. Across the other 2 we do not have to read. Those you should recite. The other 2 you do not have to recite. And that which find the Dolim who say to say these parashas ain't no mitzvah. It's not required nor even a mitzvah. It's a greater love of the Kodesh Baruch Hu through reciting this, like this is the true custom of tzaddikim, the true meaning of tzaddikim. What does it mean to tell you it's not forbidden to read them? It's just not that required to read them. But anybody wants to read them, can read them. We do not protest his doing so. Mishnah Berurah says, the Pri Megadim says, Mishnah Berurah, says, it's a minhag yofeh to say the parashas. I do not say them myself. Test. First, when the film shayad, then the film shorosh. Even if it came across the film shorosh first, you have to pass over it. Don't pass over mitzvahs. You take the shayad, put it on the arm, and then take the one of sharosh and put it on the rosh. And that's because mitam d'chsiv. Mishum d'chsiv is because it says they shall be tofos between your eyes. Doshim midarshan this mishon you shulshon rabim. That when you have the one tefillin, it should be part of more than one tefillin. In other words, not one tefillah, but tefillin, right? Shekol zman sheyeh beinecha yushtaim. As long as you have tefillin on your between your eyes, you should have 2 of them. Even though if you have no shalyad, or if you're no, for some reason you can't put it on. You do put it on the shorosh by itself. Which because it's siman chav vav. That's because there are 2 mitzvahs and you have to do the one that you have. When you have 2, because la Torah, but the shosh after shayad, if we don't pay attention here to the principle of aim mitzvahs, which you mentioned before. Best to avoid this now by not touching the shorosh first. They should start a mitzvah in order you shouldn't have to pass over a mitzvah. Ad kan lahayom.